Melanie has 450 fruit trees. The fruit trees are in the ratio apple to pear to plum 8 to 7 to 3. Shows that Melanie has 200 apple trees. Firstly, we have to add these numbers because we have to find total piece. 8 plus 7 plus 3. Then this means we have total 18. And apple is 8 here, and 8 out of 18 will our apple. And there are total 450 fruit trees. That's why we have to multiply by this one, because it's part of apple, 450, in order to prove this part. And the 450 multiplied by 8 divided by 18 will 200. We proved this part. And secondly, find the number of plum tree. And again, we should do the same process. And again, we have total 18 trees here, and the plum is third one. 3 is 3 out of 18 will plum. And again, we have to multiply this part. 450 multiplied by 450. Again 450 multiplied by 3 divided by 18, and this will 75. And we find this part also. And thirdly, Melanie wants to increase the number of pear trees by 32%. Calculate the number of extra pear trees she needed. And number of pear trees we didn't know. First we have to find this one, and pear is second one, 7. Okay, 7 out of 18 is part of pear, and we have to multiply again by 450 in order to find the number of pear trees. And I have to calculate this one. 450 multiplied by 7 and divided by 18. This will 175. And 175 is the number of this one, pear trees. And she wants increase this one by 32%. And 175 multiplied by 1.32. If we need to increase, we have to multiply this one 1.32. This will 231. And they say calculate the number of extra pear trees she needs. And we had this one 175. And if we increase this one 32%, we will get this one. We need to find extra trees, and that's why we have to subtract 175 from 231. And this will 56. We need 56 extra trees here. And in this part, each apple tree produced 48.5 kilograms of apple. The apple have an average mass of 165 grams. Calculate the number of apples produced by the 200 trees. Give your answer correct to nearest 1,000 apples. Okay, firstly, we have to convert this 165 gram to kilogram, because another is given like kilogram, and this will 0.165 kilogram. And secondly, this is 48.5 is for one apple tree, yes, each apple tree, yes, and there are total 200 trees. That's why we have to multiply this by 200 in order to find total kilogram of apple. Yes, and if we multiply this 48.5 multiplied by 200 will 9,700. But we have to find the number of apples produced by the 200 trees. That's why as third step we have to divide this one by 0.165, and if we divide this number, we will get 58,700 187, but we have to find, give your answer correctly, nearest to 1000. We have to round this one to 1000, and this will approximately 59,000. Melanie's land is valued at $3,075,000. Write this number in figure. Okay, and we can write it like 3,075,000. And secondly, write your answer to part BI, this one, in standard form. Okay, in order to write standard form, our first number, this one, should between 1 and 10. That's why we have to write 3 point something, and 3 point, there is 6 number, yes, and that's why, and we can write like 10 to the power of 6. There are 6 numbers after 3, that's why we can write 10 to the power of 6 it like this. And in part C, in 2020, each plum tree produced 37.7 kg plum. This was 16% more than in 2019. Calculate the mass of plum produced by each plum tree in 2019. Suppose in 2090 they produced X kilogram. It is in 2019. This was. And in 2020, this increased by 16%. That's why we have to multiply this x by 1.16, because 16% more means we have to add to 100, 100 plus 16, 116. And if we need to write this one as decimal like this, we have to divide that number by 100. That's why we can find 1.16 it. This equals to, in 2020, this was 37.7. And if we divide 37.7 by 1.16, we can find, calculation mistake, 37.7 divided by 1.16, 32 point. I can write it here. X equals to 32.5. This was 32.5 in 2019. And thirdly, Velna invested 1,800 at a rate of 2.1% per year compound interest. Calculates the value of her invested at the end of 15 years. And first we have to write compound interest formula. A equals to P 1 plus R out of 100 to the power of T. And here this total amount, this is initial amount or invested amount. This is rate, percent, this is time. And if we substitute, we can find like 1,800, 1 plus 2.1 divided by 100 to the power of 15. And if we calculate this one, we can find approximately 2,460.